this. So we need to go to, what was it, Roy's house, I think, is the next house over. So, for those of you who may have not watched the last episode, a guy is dead. Our boss is dead. We are a private eye.
Religion was very influential throughout Quebec many years ago. Indeed, it was surprising that Carl did not come across a single chapel since arriving here.
I think I've already got everything that I can in here. Yeah, I think I've already got everything that I can, so we need to get out of here. When under stress? The fuck do you mean when under stress? Well, wait, game. You can't just do that to me.
Carl smiled at the sight of the nicely protected garden. Hopefully, the Bedards had managed to dig every last potato out before the sudden snowfall.
Oh no, we've got animal tracks. Alright, let's follow them. This is definitely gonna get me killed, but you know what? Why not? Last time we followed these, we found a frozen guy. Is this a campfire? What am I doing? Okay, I'm not too hot yet. We're gonna smoke a cigarette real quick. Over here. Get our brain up, maybe. It brings our health down. Reminds me of Metal Gear when you smoke. Oh, wait, where are these paws going? Look like they should go in here. Where am I going? Oh no. This is unfortunate. Well, the lake's not frozen. If we get too cold, we'll turn back around. I'm keeping an eye on it. Okay, we need to go. We need to go back. I don't think these footprints are going to lead us to anything. Or if they do, I don't. We just need to go this way, get our heat back up, hop in the car, and we'll head to Roy's house. Yeah, because we're about almost to half, probably to half by now, on our heat meter. It does make me wonder what the monster of this game is going to be.
It was so cold. Already Carl did not feel his toes anymore.
Yeah. Alright, Carl, get warm. Let's go. So there is an achievement for walking everywhere. I'm not doing that. We got a truck, we're gonna use it. Okay. So, I have been avoiding turning the radios on just to avoid any copyright issues we might have. Okay, so there should be... Where is it? We're looking for a road over on this side here. Here we go. There's a dog here. We've got more paw prints. Alright, we're gonna check this place out first and we'll follow the paw prints. We fled, it was getting too dangerous, more people live in North Menston, it would be safer there. Ginny Roy.
It was a classic Canadian house, except for the absent horde of kids that would normally be swarming about.
Alright, let's see why they fled, maybe. The fantasy, page 1. Mathau had yet to add murderer to his curriculum. He was fond of new experiences, especially the most thrilling ones, and taking the life of a flesh-and-bone individual who the night before was able to think, dream, fantasize, calculate, read, held the promise of exhilarating sensations. Unlike Raskolnikov, it wasn't about axing an old Jewish hag to pieces to test some lunatic theory, not at all. Matteo just wanted to know how it felt. It seemed so simple. I did not mean to get that close to the mic. Horribly simple. He didn't have any particular victim in mind. Like most people, his desires ran quite wildly, so he only had a vague idea of them in mind. He pondered using a rifle or a knife, assassinating a young girl or an old man. He tried to focus predictably. His victim would have to be defenseless. Bodybuilding wasn't exactly Matteo's strong suit. He wouldn't have to act spontaneously, but not too much. He wasn't that eager to learn what spending the rest of his life in prison would be like. Some experiences carry just too high cost to be worth it, really. I mean, I guess. Do we have lights in this fucking place? We do have lights, thank you, please. Wood.
Simone de Beauvoir, Claude Lévi-Strauss, Hannah Arendt, Roland Barthes. Carl was surprised by the literature filling this liberal-leaning bookcase. Could there really be intellectuals dwelling in this far-off land?
I checkmated, I think. Close the door, please, Carl. Carl, please close the door. I don't want to get eaten by some monster. Crouch down. We've got a lot of matches. I'll give us that.
The couple radiated something akin to lightheartedness, to freedom. Perhaps some people out there truly found a way to live happily ever after. A picture of Wilfred in his youth. Carl figured right away that the man must have been some kind of wildlife officer.
Okay, so he was a wildlife
The
officer.
photograph was snapped not too far from here, Carl noticed. The couple seemed to be very good friends.
Oh, okay, so they were friends with the neighbors. They probably fled when they fled then. So I don't like the fact we're getting so much painkillers and stuff. Still. The fantasy page 3. The first time he met Beatrice, however, she unexpectedly revealed her troubled origins to Mathau. She was adopted at the age of 4, and recalling her former life still gave her a hard time. She played the piano in so graceful a manner that people often thought she may be the natural offspring of a musical virtuoso. She always cried before falling asleep, torn from the inside by a dreadful pain she couldn't explain. She confided to him so profoundly that Mathau couldn't get enough, coming back every night to learn every single thing of what would come out of that delicate mouth after pulling one last breath out of it. Every night he reflected on what the death of Beatrice would mean in terms of loss to humanity's common heritage. Be it the sound of her sobbing or of her piano melodies, the compulsive tapping of her long index finger on her temple when she harbored dark thoughts, or any other little thing. It didn't matter. Everything would indiscriminately vanish. Everything. All these thoughts made for some blissful slumbers indeed. Then days became weeks, and before he knew it, it was Mathau's turn to throw his secrets at her, his hopes, his cries of despair, as if throwing coins in a wishing well. She'll be dead by the end of the month, he promised himself. This thing's so fucked up. Okay, what is that? Joe Dawson? Oh, fantasy page 4. I'm missing page 2. The two lovebirds were still going at it 7 months later, though, confining years of desires alike near the fireplace several days a week. The populace took notice, and wounding words eventually found their way to Mathau's ear, prompting him to take action to prove his gentlemanship. He had to ask Beatrice's hand in marriage. He would have more than enough time to kill her later. Today, when Mathau stares at the motionless ceiling, just like he did 20 years ago, he still wonders what he would be removing from existence by slitting Beatrice's throat, what he would be depriving his children of then. As if soothed by his fantasy, he gently drifts off, smiling the night away. What the fuck did I just
Not a
read?
single weapon was left. All of them were gone.
That's unfortunate, because I need a fucking gun. Wait a minute. Okay, so I can't aim the gun. That's unfortunate. Here we go, the fantasy page 2. It was around that time that Matthias met Beatrice, a mediocre beauty at best, the girl with her distinctive features, cheeks covered with large, pox-like freckles, Jew nose, oily forehead, tired but vibrant eyes, shaded red hair, slender as a child body, chirpy laugh, you name it. It was the very image of innocence. That happened to be precisely the kind of victim Mathau was picturing in his mind, though. One night he was contemplating the ceiling from his bed. He swore to himself again and again, I'll kill her. His dreams were later filled with images of the imminent crime. He had come up with a simple enough plan. One fine evening, he would visit her place to become familiar with the area's intricacies, and feel closer to the impending murder, to slowly dig into Beatrice's thoughts, desires, dreams, and abilities. This way, he would be able to get a concrete sense of what his sinister deed would be stripping away from the very fabric of life. The whole thing would take 2 days, a week at most. So, he wanted to kill her, but this instead married her? Man. You gotta do what you gotta do, right? Okay, I think we've gotten everything we can get out of here. I do feel a little bit more comfortable. You know, I've got a gun and ammo. Oh, I can aim the gun. Bam! 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 Now we've got more wolves. I don't want to shoot you guys, but I will.
Harold never thought he would be dancing with the wolves.
I actually didn't want to do that, but... Talisman. Oh, that helps my, my mind. Okay, so wolves are gonna be a problem. Noted. Flare. Bullets. film. Fire starter.
An axe. Not too shabby. Carl felt he needed to protect himself.
Okay, so I can use this against the wolves. Okay, so if I get wet, I'm gonna get cold pretty quick, obviously. Where am I? Let's head back to the car. Welcome everyone who's joining the stream, by the way. Hope you're all having a good day. Or, yeah, well, good day. It's about day, yeah. Give me just a sec, guys. We are going to pause everyone in the stream real quick. We're going to go take a quick bathroom break, so we will be right back. Okay. Hello. Welcome back. Okay. Hi, everybody. Sorry about that. I really had to pee. Okay. Everyone in stream, welcome, welcome. Welcome everyone who joined while I was gone. We're playing KONA. We're a detective in the snow. I don't know where we are. We in Africa? I don't know where we are. I have not... Has that been determined, really, or am I just stupid? Okay, where are we going, actually? Okay. We're gonna stick to the main road. I don't know what our objective is at this point. So whoever killed him has to be around here somewhere still. So I guess we just need to go from house to house looking for the guy. Or girl. Actually, there was a picture in the car, so we just need to find who the picture might belong to. So we stick to this road. Go ahead and do. We can go ahead and fill up this gas can we got with gas while we're here. Or not. Okay, I guess we're gonna head up to this area. Check out these houses along through here. So whoever attacked him might be hurt, so maybe they went to the doctor. yet to see a monster of any kind that's freezing all of these people. I say that, and there's probably gonna be a fucking monster waiting in this hospital. Dr. Bucquois' clinic. Yes, there'll be a clinic and a house here. Oh, I guess it's a clinic and a house.
There should be a law forbidding doctors from falling sick.
Medical emergency in town. The doctor there is sick. I'll be back soon. If he dies, I won't be returning. I'll have to replace him.
In spite of Dr. Beaupre's goodwill, the place didn't look much like a physician's office. It could easily be mistaken for a sewing shop.
Also, you can't help if you're falling ill. Like, I'm just glad I get replacement fire starters when locking a door isn't enough. What is that supposed to mean? Oh, he put 2 locks on it, I guess?
For the one-eyed, or for other vision problems, the eye patch was the way to go.
My nightmare.
Carl got the trembles as he imagined the excruciating pain that kind of scalpel could no doubt inflict. Within these miserable walls, patients probably felt more like in a slaughterhouse than in a doctor's office.
Earth doesn't look this big from here. Store in a cool, dry place with a constant temperature, they said. Oh.
Someone had lost a few liters of blood here. Carl's first thought had been a lumber accident, someone's hand cut by a saw, or a hunting accident. In any case, whoever had lost all this blood couldn't have gone far. Perhaps they were already dead. The good doctor, flanked by his beautiful spouse. Pure happiness.
Wait.
Captured on cardstock.
Oh my god. Hold on.
Carl recognized this woman's soulful eyes. Was it Dr. Beaupre who had hit him head-on at the village border?
Do you think the doctor killed him? Unknown woman. I never did quite catch her name. The men called her Lorraine. She had a neck wound. There was so much blood. The bullets had done a lot of damage, probably hitting the cerebellum. It was hopeless. She had a cardiac arrest. The men had found her like this. They said, I doubt it, but a small town like this, it's usually best to turn a blind eye. I've been told to step back from sending out the death certificate. This whole thing sickens me. No medical explanation whatsoever can explain why old Rosary is still alive. As we in the trade say, the only way to cure him is to kill him. Sylvie Bedard. All of her symptoms point to the same root cause. She's pregnant. She refuses it. She denies it. I'm willing to bet her husband is not the father. Let's just hope it's not Everett Lockhart, though. Or she would have an illegitimate child and syphilis on her hands. Oof.
There was no doubt that the doctor and Hamilton knew each other very well.
Haughty, can't be cured, chronic foot pain, can't walk the distance, rich, I'll cure him if not one day. Honestly, I'm starting to think it may have been
Doctors used light-reflecting frontal mirrors to look inside the patient's cavities. That was a bit unsettling. But back then, it was pretty much always the case with medicine.
Communist
Manifesto. A communist manifesto. Only a few years ago, this type of allegiance meant prison time. And even at present, the Western world was very wary of the Soviet threat. Why would the doctor own such a book?
The history
Nobody
of...
kills a
Oh my
rich
God, come
patient
on.
to start a revolution. It didn't make any sense. He
Come on,
had to
Carl.
dig deeper still
Or
to
narrator.
understand. Luckily, that was Carl Faubert's specialty.
The history of all hitherto existing society is the history of class struggles. Freeman and slave, patrician and plebeian, lord and serf, guild masters and journeymen, in a world oppressor and oppressed stood in constant opposition to one another, carried on in uninterrupted, now hidden, now open fight. A fight that each time ended either in a revolutionary reconstitution of society at large or in the common ruin of the contending classes. In the earlier epochs of history, we find almost everywhere a completed arrangement of society into various orders, a manifold graduation of social rank. In ancient Rome, we have partitions, knights, plebeians, slaves. In the Middle Ages, feudal lords, vassals, guildmasters, journeymen, apprentices, serfs, and almost all of these classes, again, subordinate graduations.
A chamber pot. Fortunately for Carl, inspecting it wouldn't further this particular investigation. Dr. Beaupre had done his medical studies quite far from here. He was surely one of the first students out of the new campus to settle on the mountainside.
This makes no sense. There's something else over there. Wait. Please use the other door. Okay. Oh, we got a lantern. Okay, so it looks like the dock is behind everything here. But that's to be determined.
Carl felt like he knew the doctor now. His belongings had spoken lengths about him. But what Carl had heard worried him.
Need to go check everyone else in this area. Okay, let's see. What do we have next? We've got a house down there also. Okay. Come on, Jack. Not Jack, Carl. Come on, Carl. We're gonna name this truck. I'm gonna name this truck Red Betty. Come on, Red Betty. Okay, so we take a right up here. Rosier's house. There was a thing from the doctor about this chick, right? Yeah. Guess I'll need to unlock this. Oh, fire starter. Thank you, Jesus. Okay, so we need a key for that. Found more frozen dead people, so that's a plus. My question is, where is everyone? Oh!
Oh, mon bonhomme!
Hello?
Je m'attendais pas à ce qu'un étrange retontisse par ici. Moi te dire, je prends plus de chance depuis que ça rôde dans ce bout-là. J'ai ma carabine au bout du doigt, et puis bang, 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 si ça s'approche!
What the fuck?
Si tu veux du linge chaud, parce que t'es habillé comme un gars de la ville, je dirais pas non à une bonne bouteille de caribou. Puis tu pigeras ce que tu voudras parmi mes guenilles. C'est vrai, le jeune, que tu te promènes quasiment en bobette. Une bonne police, ça te fera
So
pas
where
de
do I
tort.
get a thing
Mais
of
je vois
caribou?
une chose, dans ton coin de pays comme par ici, on n'a rien sans rien. Et où, mon caribou?
Okay, so we need caribou for him.
Hé, la Corriveau, Batèche, ça te passe l'envie de te marier, la Corriveau. À tuer tous ses maris. Quick, les uns après les autres. Pas de pitié dans le mariage. Ben oui, une couche. Tu peux-tu tout faire en même temps, toi?
I need a key, though. Where would I find a key?
Touche pas à ça, l'enfant, tu pourrais te faire mal. Touche pas à ça, l'enfant, tu pourrais te faire mal. Gomme-moi la belle rose de la tulipe, qui se donne au yob sur le mercredi des cendres. C'est-tu pas effrayant?
We found someone alive. That's what amazes me the most here.
Ah, la belle pétarade. En 17 que c'était. Et le Kaiser, il se souvient de moi avec ma belle carabine.
What the
Bang,
fuck?
bang, que je lui disais. Bang,
Bang, bang, bang.
Ah, le bon temps.
Fucking love this guy.
Vois-tu le livre, là? C'est le Wendigo. Ouais.
Oh
le
my...
Wendigo.
Are we fighting a
Un
fucking
guerrier qui devient un
Wendigo?
loup pour se venger de sa grosse peine. Et
Are we fighting a Wendigo? Oh, Until Dawn didn't prepare me for this. Tales and Legends, page 1. There was a time when hate waged war. Our hunters would decimate the great wolves who had taken our children. Our warriors could snap the necks of
d'apparence
the
que mon
cowards.
caribou tarde.
Could snap the net. Okay, let me restart. There's a time when hate waged war. Our hunters could decimate the great wolves who had taken our children. Our warriors could snap the necks of the cowards who had reached for our supplies. The deafening sound of rock and bone breaking was enough to satiate the hate, and the rivers of blood would express our remorse and apologies. Thus was balance maintained, and came the whites. The legend of the Wendigo dates back to a time before
Tu
what
marches,
anyone...
tu sens des pieds.
Dates back to a time for anyone but the tallest trees can remember, a time of great cold and great aspiration when the ships came and spewed men and their fire cannons plagued, and spinelessness balance broke forever. The dead were piling up on our ancestral lands, too many bodies covered in moss, too much blood spilled on our shore, our bone-breaking hate did not suffer any longer. Page 2.
Ouais, que t'as pas mieux à faire.
One day, a young warrior who had lost everything, nieces, brothers, parents, and hope, fell to his knees in the middle of a small clearing covered in the blood of his fiancée, killed after having crossed the path of some whites passing by. He had seen everything and called out to the Great Spirit, called to him with words that came naturally to him, the words that could only create a great river of blood and guts. In a terrifying roar of screams, he called out to him for a force that no one
Oyez, 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 il y a un
as
petit gars
before,
d'écarté
he
dans ma
became
maison.
Wendigo. Okay, so this isn't the same, like, you eat people, you become a Wendigo like Until Dawn. The whites were decimated under the icy claws of the Wendigo. The great tide of blood even pushed a few ships back out to the sea, but the Wendigo was not yet done with his vengeance, for as long as the heart of one of his fiancée's murderers still beat on Cree territory, he would prevail. The elders say that it was The elders say that it was the force of the ancestors' return to nature that turned the young warrior in this clearing where many ancestors had been buried in centuries past. A clearing now covered in blood spilled unjustly in a time where too many bodies were being buried. The ancestors heard the cries of the young warrior. Only in a remarkable time like this could the Wendigo be born. His vengeance satiated the warrior became Wendigo. Went to rest forever, his frozen heart melted and disappeared much like real snow come the spring. The storm that had befallen the Cree lands faded as well. There was much celebration, balance had been restored, but the whites came back too. White hatred is never satisfied by rock and bone turned to dust. They arrived by the hundreds armed with guns and torches, burned down every village, raped every woman, smashed the head of every newborn, tortured every man. Never before had unbalance been so deep for the Cree peoples, and have ever since it has been told that one should be satisfied with the rivers of blood brought by hatred, despite the wrongfulness done to them, because remarkable hate comes at far too steep a price. The Wendigo was never invoked again, but in the hearts of the Cree people remained a fear that one day a young warrior would once again call out with remarkable hate, because they know through the wisdom brought by this legend that the Wendigo would prevail, but that this victory would become at great cost. The whites would come back, the whites would rule, no one would be spared. Holy shit, that was
Gomme-moi la belle rose de la tulipe, qui se donne au yob sur le mercredi des cendres. C'est-tu pas effrayant, cette histoire?
where do I get his alcohol? Because I don't have the key for this. He wants caribou. Carabao? What the fuck are you saying? So I think we just need to keep going at this point. Yeah, so we need to come back so we can get that, the code. Alright, on to the next house.
There, Carl had fed his mind, but had forgotten the harsh reality that his body also needed nourishment, especially in the dead of winter.
Okay, so we need to keep going this way. I'm just surprised we found someone alive here. Hold on, guys, I got a text I need to look at. Alright, sorry about that, guys. I was sending a text. I got a date tonight, and I'm excited for it. Alright, so we need to go this way. Yeah, no, I got a date tonight that I'm really looking forward to. Where the fuck are we going? Okay, hold on. Did I miss the turn? I didn't miss the turn. Okay. Oh, no. We got a dead body here somewhere, I bet. Sorry guys, I got another text. Sorry guys, I'm just give me just a second, everyone in the stream. this. Okay, so I'm gonna follow this road. Let's see what I get up here. House of the Patriot. Take it he's our next death then.
That truck had obviously seen its share of gravel roads. Carl wasn't a mechanic, but he could easily tell that only the most heartfelt prayer would bring this old beater back from its slumber. With that cold, however, it was more likely that it would wait until next spring to wake up. With a homemade shooting range such as this, it wasn't hard to imagine a stray bullet ending its course inside the flesh of an unsuspecting passerby. Granted, Carl thought, there wasn't much in the way of passersby around here. The place looked more like a pigsty than a house. A heavy stench of curdled milk, cheap alcohol, and boiled cauliflower filled the air. Rock music invaded the minds of men even in the remotest of places. The man didn't own a turntable, though, so there's that going for him.
So this guy's probably here
Jean
somewhere
Blouin. Seems like that pig had a name after all.
Why wash dishes when clean ones are within reach? Gun rack. Gun rack.
You had to be out of your mind to cook up white whiskey at home. The all-surrounding stench of alcohol alone was probably enough to gas a man to death.
Drawers are overrated.
The rag reeked of fermented vomit. Carl wondered how one could bear to live in such gross and horrid conditions.
White whiskey too much isn't a valid quantifier for that. Sherry wine for added mellowness. Okay, so we need wine. Okay, so this is where we make our
You had to be out of your mind to cook up white whiskey at home. The all-surrounding stench of alcohol alone was probably enough to gas a man to death.
So where's this guy at is the question.
Carl shivered as he saw the emblem. The Patriot flag, used during the 1837 rebellion, and which had resurfaced in 1970s Quebec, flown proudly by the FLQ terrorist groups. This flag meant bombs, kidnappings, threats in the papers. It was a sign of rebellion.
So he kept going this way. Where are we? Oh, we're going back. Oof. get back to our car. Just wish I could find where this guy's body was. We need to get inside and get warmed up. If we follow the wolf's paw prints, they just cut off here. I'm so confused.
Garbage trucks rarely made a stop in the area. Thankfully, the lake served as a pretty good backup dump for those times when the bins started overflowing.
So confused. How do we get out of here again? Okay, this way. We're finding this guy. Ooh, over here. Yep. Okay. Oh, they're running out. Oh, no. Yep, we got something going in here.
The cold seemed to be more brutal here than anywhere else. It seeped into bones and into every breath to get to the heart until it stopped. Carl needed to be dressed in warm clothes to survive.
Okay, so we need warm clothes. Oh god, come on Carl, come on Carl. Oh no!
Cold.
Okay, so we need a bottle of wine, right?
Back then, in Africa and elsewhere, people were ready to take up arms to stand against the yoke of English imperialism. In Montreal, mailboxes were blown up, abductions were carried out, and violent manifestos were distributed to media outlets.
Okay, so we need
But around
wine.
here, in the great northernmost, all a man could do is curse out loud against a faraway evil and pray for the revolution to arise. That man, by any reckoning, was from that very stock. If Carl had at any point wished to get his hands on some caribou, he couldn't have wished for better than a distillery like this one.
Guess it's just to this last house here. Don't know why I'd be under distress, game. I'm pretty fine right now. I guess that just means that my mental thing is low. There should be a house at the end of this. That's what we want. Dear Mr. Lamonte, here is the spark plug you ordered for your Olympic ski dough. This model, being a very popular, has made it difficult to find brand new parts quickly. As usual, thank you for choosing the garage. Potvin and Filson, Chibanagumu. Sincerely, Gretton Potvin. Spark plug, cool.
Sometimes, and especially around here, people are so possessive with their land, as a dog is with hydrants.
We need to figure out how to get in here. Oh. Snowmobile ski. Oh my god, am I gonna rebuild this?
It was a motorless car. The mechanic sure had an odd way to go about repairing things. Another worrisome victim of this ice. This one seemingly petrified in action. The poor man, before being frozen solid, seemed to have been defending the entrance to his cabin. But from what?
Is that a fucking alien spaceship? I see. What else am I missing here, though? I'm missing something. Because I actually physically can't do anything here. I'm spamming A on everything right now. Nothing seems to be... Oh! So he tossed something up there.
Something very important must have been in there for the man to take such time and effort to hide it. but Carl didn't know how to reach it.
Right, we need to get inside and find a fire real quick so we can save it in this episode here, guys. Hamilton is the... Hamilton, I won't be your dog anymore. Alright, so thank you everyone so much for watching this episode of KONA. If you guys like to hit the like and subscribe button. On the next episode, we will explore this whole area. Let me know what you guys think the theory is in the comments down below. The Wendigo is a thing, definitely. I don't have any solid theories yet, but yeah. Next episode, I'm going to try to get the guy's caribou. I have no idea where I'm going to get the one, though. But we'll find out. So thank you all so much for watching. If you'd like to hit that like and subscribe button, guys. And as always, I will see all of you in the next adventure. See you around, everybody.